Welcome to my channel. Welcome back. Yeah, I hope you have the holiday spirit because I'm excited for the coming year. I'm hoping there is changes. A lot of things going on in the street, in the nursing world, and we need to embrace ourselves. So let's talk about it. Stay tuned. Hope you're all doing fine. This is Patrice M. Foster once again. I'm trying to be consistent, so bear with me. So, I was on YouTube as usual, um, and a nurse was saying that I think she's from the Florida area, that nurses are broke again. Is that any surprise to you? Let me hold my breath. Da 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 da. I'm being silly today. I need you to tell me. Do you think nurses are broke? After the pandemic, they bought the big trucks, they bought the cars, the big house, the new house, move out that little house and gigantic house, and now we're broke again? I don't know about you. It's time to find a job. I laugh when I'm being serious. I think so too. But the problem that we're having, and go back to corporation, go back to the healthcare system, the nursing shortage, and it has something to do with nursing school too. There's a lot of people that I've met that want to become a nurse. And they try to get into the nursing program. There's never a slot for them. Once we get in, they try to weed you out. They said there is a shortage of teachers. And why? Because I think it's the pay. Besides the nursing school, the hospital or the company you work for, they run on shortage. That's more effective to train the staff to do three, float all over the world and do more than their share. It working for them. There's always another nurse quit, another fool come in. I don't mean it like that. I'm not calling any of you a fool because I know somebody's going to say something. Because a lot of companies, I think that nurses are desperate, so they'll take anything, and they give them anything. And one of the things that I noticed that, and I was talking to a group of nurses, they were saying that, yes, in the pandemic, they gave us a little taste that the agency can pay us what we're worth, because they were desperate. They were the desperate one needing the staff. But now they don't need you no more, so they can give you anything they want and or leave you short in the hospital. That's the bottom line. But the main thing I wanted to come out here and talk about, after I'm a little tired of being a travel nurse. I want to settle down. And I know that it's difficult in the South to say you want to settle down in a job because they want to pay you what you were getting 20 years ago. They don't really like the experienced nurses because they don't want to pay that much. And that's the bottom line. That's one of the things working locally. Another things Another thing that I noticed here in Georgia is that the company you want to work and you reach out to them, they reach out to you, say if you're interested, and you said yes. But then you don't hear from them for 2 or 3 months. They don't communicate. So then you call or you communicate back. And I don't like that feeling that they may think that you're desperate for the job. But I don't know. I don't know if they have a communication issue or the disorganization or they just don't want to do the job. That's the bottom line. So that's my problem with trying to get a local job, stable local job here in the Georgia area. They take forever to process your paperwork. They almost act like they don't need any nurses, but they advertise every day. So that's the only problems I have, and it's a big problem. I don't know why the South is like you were like they're acting like, some people say when they go to the Caribbean island, everybody's so laid back and relaxed and everything is slow. But when you come from New York, you're used to that fast. Everything is fast. Everybody walk fast, do this fast. Process the paperwork. I mean, in Philadelphia too. You walk in the door, you got the interview. Either you want the job or you don't, and you get a confirmation before you leave the building. If not, if the DON is in a hurry or the human resource, they might say, I'll call you back. And they do call you back, just a courtesy, or send you a letter after you walk that we decided to hire somebody else. But for Georgia, they want you to go with a panel of people interviewing you. Some want to give you psychiatric tests, not psychiatric, psychology tests, see if your mind is there. I don't know if it's testing your mind, testing your intelligence. And some nurses are good at passing those tests. And people like me just don't make it. And that's the bottom line. So I've been sitting back and just relaxing. I'm looking for a job. I'll be honest with you. I guess I'm one of the ones they talking about that need to go back again. And so getting a job in the South, especially in Georgia, takes time. And that's why this is an FYI, a little advice. When you quit a job, make sure you have another job, especially if you want to work in Georgia. Make sure you have the next job put up, or else make sure you have saving to last until you can get another job. Or you always have to have plan A and then plan B. And that's what I always think ahead. So there is a lot of jobs in Georgia because they obviously, you see it in Indeed, you see it on the site. You listen to nurses talking, they always short, they need to hire. But this is not the time they're going to hire right now, because administration, managers, this is the time they get their budget. The budget have already depleted. The new budget start next year. So now they getting their bonuses and all that based on their profits. So they're not going to hire another nurse, and then you might get a new nurse and then you have to orient her and she might not stay. So they're not going to take that chance right now during the holiday. So just sit tight. You will get there. You will get a job. And, I think nursing school, like I said, I advise anyone that wants to become a nurse. I'm going to tell you the truth. You won't get into your local school. You might have to travel far away to get into a nursing program. And I've been trying to tell couple of students connect with me, and they ask me about that, and I go over to them. But I don't have a car. Don't think about the excuse. You have to, if you want it bad enough, you figure a way to get there. I know it may sound like unrealistic. If you don't have a car, you're not going to get to clinical. You never know what could happen. I didn't think I was going to become an RN. Opportunity opened and at the door, and I went right in. So you got to think like that. Think positive. Yes, I agree that the most of us as nurses are broke again. Now there might be people saying it's not real, but the nurses I talk to, they're struggling. Maybe a new addition to the family. Older nurses are left with taking care of the grandkids. That's a big one. Taking care of the kids. The kids are moving back. So there's a lot of dynamic, and there's a majority of nurses are single mothers. One parent household. So yes, the biggest thing they did to us was give us a taste of what it's like to make money in nursing. And for the first time, I hate to bring it up because it was a dark place in our life all over pandemic. But they gave us a taste of, and they show us that they could actually pay us what we worked. And then they pull back. The world is okay now. Then they pull back and put us back in that place. And what happened is, what the mistakes that the nurses made, they went out and buy all these new fandangos, and the competition became steep. I got a new house, and 8 bedrooms, 4 garage. Not me. We got a truck. My husband needed a truck. The son needed a truck. And I just be sitting back at Facebook and watch these things. And not only that, I have friends who got new house. The house they have, I'm still in the same old house. The house that they had almost paid off. Some people paid off their house and they went out and got a bigger house. Why? Because we thought that. And I blame, yes. Nursing school didn't teach us budgeting, didn't teach us how to manage our money. And you might say, why should they teach you to manage money, Patrice? I think they should add finance and budgeting and how we're going to be able to make money and how to save and calculate whatever in the curriculum. Some people are good at that. There's a YouTuber, I think he said rich nurse. He's a rich nurse. And I can see that because he worked in California. Overtime, double time, whatever. His wife is a nurse too. So, two power making company, how would they become a company? I was just joking. 2 nurses working in California. I think the wife is working PRN and the husband may be a full time, so he might be carrying the health insurance. So that's different. But when you're a single mother, everything is different. Everything is different. But this is not to discourage you. And yes, new nurses, you will get into a program, but it won't get in near you. You might have to travel a little distant. But I wanted to come out here and not to discourage you. Yes, we're broke. And it seemed like the whole world or in the US there's a lot of broke people, not only nurses. And how we get back on track, don't buy a lot of things right now. Try to save whatever little you have. Make sure you stock up on your water. Make sure you stock up on toilet. The things that I learned over the years is, like I said, the money in nursing was low. And it still is at times. But I learned to make do with what I have. In other words, the little that I have, I try to break apart, put a little ahead, save a little. When I have the money coming in, when I'm working, I'm able to sit home because I'm the type that's think ahead. I need to put this away for a rainy day. So I want to leave this to let you know it doesn't matter. They're going to pay us what they want to pay us anyway. It's not what the pay that you get. Yeah, we're underpaid, but it's what you do with the pay. Does it make sense to you that I explain? And I know it's a little confusing. In other words, I used to tell a nurse when I was doing overtime. She said, "Why do you go to the nursing home? We make $18 in the hospital." So I was making like maybe $20 in the nursing home when I was doing 2 jobs. I haven't done 2 jobs in a while. So 18 plus 20, to me that was good because I was able to save. So even when I only had 1 job, if I can put away $5 and I let them take it out the check, because if I have to put it in the bank savings, then it won't work. I'll go back in, and I don't like debit cards. The reason why I don't like debit card, because debit card in your hands, you still gonna charge and stuff like that. They may give me a debit card but I don't never use it. I don't like to use it. So I try to put away, like when I go on those travel assignment, I try to put away something because you don't always get to another job right away. There's a slow period. And sometime, and I've talked to a lot of travelers, sometimes you're home a long time and you may wipe out your savings. So that's why most of us now are looking for local job, but local job takes so long to hire you that you end up on the road again. So don't be discouraged. I think, yes, we nurses are broke, but you don't have to stay broke. You can take, if it push come to shove, take that job that they offer less. Some nurses say, "Oh, I'm not going to take $30 an hour," but you're not in California. California nurse might tell you, "Oh, I make like $60 or $70 an hour." You're not in California. You're in the South, and that's what they paying you. And I would take it. Take it and try to live off $15 an hour. See how that worked for you. And I understand you might say, "I'm a single mother and I have all these kids' problem." And just when we think we have a budget, we have everything under control, something happened. So, what I like to do when I go on my travel assignment, that's when I budget on my travel assignment to fix something, at least one thing in my house. If I don't have any job and I'm sitting home, I'm not fixing nothing in the house because when I'm traveling, I'm fixing so that I could come back and be in peace. So just, you have to find a way to save somehow. $5, $10, you don't have to go to Starbucks every day. You don't have to have the coffee. You make your coffee at home and bring it to work. That can work too. How about Coca-Cola? You're a Coca-Cola fan. You're a Pepsi. I have one nurse, she brings cases and cases of Pepsi all night long. So, and I know some people might say, why do I have to give up this? Why do I have to give up? You may have to give up that weave. You may have to, if you go to school, you may have to sacrifice. And most of the nursing students, we're poor. They're poor because they can't work. But if you live with mom, you should be able to be okay. But if you're on your own and you have to work every weekend and you can't buy stuff and go to the movie and everything, it don't work like that. So I think that, yes, we're broke, but we have to figure out a way. And the best time, I'm not going to say I'm going to start any budget in the New Year's because it's not going to happen. I don't like to tell myself these things because it may not happen. I just going to stick with what worked for me. And that's what I'm telling you. Stick with what worked for you. How you save. If that's how you want to save every New Year's, you make these New Year's resolution and you think that's working for you, then that's fine. It won't work for me, so I'm not going to do it. And I'm not here to tell you what to do. So, nursing school didn't teach us. Rich daddy, poor daddy didn't teach us. Most of us didn't have that kind of setup. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to come out here and give you some inspiration that don't worry about it. Yeah, you broke, but you're happy. Yeah, you broke, but you're healthy. Yeah, you broke, but all the kids are okay. Yeah, you broke, but you live to see Christmas and New Year's. Possible. One of the things that I noticed, I used to be that child. Worry about, I got caught up in that competition. How come I can't make like that? How come I don't have that big house? And I would come home and I tell this story a lot. I would come home and put the pressure on my mom. Why can't we have this? Why can't I have this? I'm an RN. Why can't I have money? And now why can't I be a rich nurse? All because I see other people saying. And me, if you tell me something, if you say it out of your mouth, I take it as face value. That's what you saying is true, unless I found out that you were lying. Oh, I don't have to work. I got this. My husband, some nurses will tell you, oh, I don't need to work. Well, what you doing here then, Nancy? I don't have to work. My husband make enough money. I could stay home. But I'm just here for the, to keep my license. I just go with whatever they say. So don't listen to what people say. Listen to yourself. Don't let other people influence you to feel like you need to be in competition with them. So, it's going to be okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. The universe got you. I really believe it. Because I was sitting home and I really was. I had taken this certification. I'm going to, another video, I'll talk about it. Because while I'm home, I'm not just being home, just being home. You know what I mean? I'm trying to elevate myself. I'm not going for no high degrees or anything, but I try to take certification to see if that when I step out looking for a job, will they pay me better? So I don't want to get too much in it, but I wanted to get this certification and I had failed it. I failed the test. I'm not going to lie to you that I passed that. I passed NCLEX the first time. That's the truth. But this particular certification, I failed. And I did not, I think the company reached out to me and said, don't be discouraged. But I wasn't discouraged. I know that I failed. I need to get back up and get back studying and pass that test. So Friday, I went and it was I had to go far to take that test. But I was calm. I was calm the morning I wake up. I was calm driving. I was calm as a button for something. Because I had asked the universe. I don't know what you believe in your faith, but I had talked about it and I had prayed about it. And I said, I need to pass this test. No, I don't have a job yet, but I need to pass this test. And I took the test, and today, December 19th, I checked my email, and it said, congratulations, you passed. I was so happy. I don't know what I'll do with it, but I'll talk about that on the next video, how you can increase your salary by taking certification tests. So, this is the end. Will I see you next year? Leave a comment. I know you get something out of my YouTube. I know you get something, and I really wish you could join me more often. Leave a comment. Let me know what you want me to talk about. Give me a thumbs up. Have a wonderful holiday. I'll see you in the next year. Goodbye.